Sadness does not always arrive as a storm. Sometimes it arrives like fog, quiet, slow, and persistent. It doesn't scream. It doesn't break things all at once. It simply settles in and stays. You wake up one day and realize that joy hasn't visited in a while. You still function. You still respond. You still exist. But something inside you feels distant, disconnected, almost numb. Loneliness often looks like this. Not dramatic, not visible, just heavy. And the hardest part is that most people never notice it. You learn how to carry it quietly. You learn how to smile without feeling it. You learn how to be present without actually being there. And maybe that's where you are right now. Not falling apart, but slowly wearing down. Not hopeless, but tired of hoping. Not angry at God, but confused by his silence. Sadness has a way of making you question things you never questioned before. Your value, your place, your importance. You begin to wonder why your absence doesn't seem to be felt. Why no one asks how you're really doing. Why your prayers feel like they stop halfway to heaven. And over time, loneliness doesn't just make you feel alone. It makes you feel unseen. But feeling unseen by people does not mean you are unseen by God. Scripture says in Psalm 34:18, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." That verse does not say God waits for you to recover. It does not say he draws near after the pain passes. It says he is close in the breaking, in the crushing, in the exhaustion. If your heart feels heavy, bruised by disappointment, worn down by waiting, then this promise includes you. God's closeness is not reserved for moments of strength. It is promised in moments of weakness. Still, closeness to God does not always feel the way we expect it to feel. We often imagine his presence as warmth, clarity, or immediate comfort. But sometimes his presence feels like quiet endurance, like being held up instead of being lifted out. And that can be deeply confusing. You may believe in God and still feel lonely. You may trust him and still feel empty. Faith does not cancel human pain, and pain does not cancel faith. Loneliness has a voice. It whispers lies slowly and convincingly. It tells you that if you mattered more, someone would notice. That if God cared more, things would already be different. That if your prayers were stronger, your sadness would have left by now. But loneliness does not speak truth. It speaks distortion. Silence does not mean abandonment. Waiting does not mean rejection. And sadness does not mean God has turned away. Even Jesus experienced loneliness. He knew what it felt like to be surrounded by people who did not understand him. He knew what it felt like to be left alone in moments of deep anguish. He knew what it felt like to pray and still walk through suffering. If the Son of God was not spared from loneliness, then loneliness itself cannot be a sign that God has left you. It may be a place where he is closer than you realize. Isaiah 41:10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Notice the promise is not the absence of fear or sadness. The promise is presence. I am with you. Sometimes the strength God gives you is not the strength to feel joyful again, but the strength to survive another day without giving up. To keep breathing, to keep going, to remain standing, even when everything inside you feels fragile. And that strength matters, even if no one applauds it, even if no one sees it. Loneliness convinces you that your pain is insignificant, that because it is quiet, it does not count. But God does not measure pain by volume. He sees the tears you hold back. He sees the nights when your thoughts won't let you rest. He sees the prayers you stopped saying because you were too tired to explain yourself again. Nothing about your suffering is invisible to him. One of the most dangerous lies sadness tells is that this moment is permanent, that this emptiness is your future, that this weight will never lift. But sadness is not a prophecy. It is a season. And seasons, no matter how long they feel, are not forever. Lamentations 3:31-32 says, "For no one is cast off by the Lord forever. Though he brings grief, he will show compassion. So great is his unfailing love." This verse does not deny grief. It acknowledges it. But it also places a boundary around it. Not forever. Your pain has a limit, even if you cannot see it yet. Right now, you may not feel hopeful. You may not even want answers anymore. You may simply want the heaviness to stop. And if all you can do is exist, that is enough. If all you can do is listen, that is enough. God is not asking you to understand this season. He is asking you to remain, to stay honest, to stay open, to stay alive in the middle of something that feels empty. God's love does not disappear in sadness. It becomes quieter, gentler, more patient. Sometimes love does not fix what hurts. Sometimes love stays with you while it hurts. And if this message reached you in a lonely place, if it helped you feel even slightly less alone, you're welcome to stay connected with this channel by subscribing. And if you feel comfortable, leaving a like can help this message reach someone else who may be sitting in the same quiet sadness right now. No pressure, no obligation, just presence. You are not alone. Not here. Not now. Not with God.